Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another goddamn episode of Devil's Den. And tonight, the New Jersey Devils lose 2-1 against the Philadelphia Flyers. Why? Why did it have to be the Flyers again? Oh! So, the Devils lose 2-1 against the Philadelphia Flyers for their second loss to the Flyers and their fourth loss in a row. The Devils are all sorts of voodoo magic, but we went from the good kind of a streak to the dog shit kind of a streak. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it right now, right at the beginning, the Devils did not play badly. They've played, in fact, really well. So, let's go through this. I'm not going to bother with timestamps. I'm not going to bother with our usual formula, but I'm just going to talk about whatever the hell I want, because clearly some people on this team think that they can do whatever it is they want and not have to receive any criticism. So, first period, Jack Hughes, at the very beginning of the game, weaves around every Flyer on the roster like a magician, pulling rabbits out of hats, leaving the Philadelphia Flyers roster without pants as he milks everything good in this world and scores on Carter Hart, immediately giving the Devils a 1-goal lead in the first period. And that is really the highlight of the first period. The Devils peppered like an American with a fully automatic rifle, just firing away at Hart, and the Devils nearly have 20 shots just in the first period. They have double what the Flyers have, and it's 1-0 Hughes. They came out of the gate to play. They were fast. They were on the puck. They had the offensive IQ, and we get the lead going into the second period. But of course, we shit the bed in the second. Again, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be this critical about the second period right now. The second period was not all bad, okay? We had the offense. We had the shots on Hart. But once again, for the umpteenth time, I give you the past 4 videos on this channel about the Devils' defense not clearing their guy in front of the net. It's a shot from the point, and the Flyers get a screen on Vanacek, and the game is tied 1-1. Please do not make me repeat it, but for the love of God, please, someone, anyone at this point, it could be Hischier, it could be Siegenthaler, I don't care. You have Siegenthaler, and I think it was Hamilton or someone else, doesn't take their guy in front of Vanacek. He screens them, and the Flyers score, tying it up. I gotta calm down. I gotta breathe. Deep breaths. I am so tired of goals that are scored against us for shit that we should be able to handle. Like, if someone dangles your pants off, like Hughes did earlier in the first period, and you score, fine. I don't have a hissy fit. I'm not going to say anything, right? It's a good goal, whatever. If it's a well-organized play, there's good cycling, there's good passing, and it's a good shot that beats the goalie, fine. So be it. But when you have two, not one, two defensemen, two, not taking the man in front of your goalie, I'm going to give you shit for it. I'm sorry. And there are people out there acting like I'm insane for pointing this out. If you don't do your job, people are going to give you crap about it. I'm sorry. And believe me, this point will come up again in the next goal that the Flyers score. So, end of the second period, the Devils have 30-plus shots. Another period where they're getting 10-plus shots in a single period. The Flyers are still trying to catch up in shots. And by the way, they never will. So, let's move to the third period. So, the third period starts, and again, it's Devils at puck possession, Devils are cycling, Devils with shots. By the way, the Devils finish this period with almost, if you're including block shots, almost 60 to 70 shots on net. It's unbelievable to me that a team that is this good can play well and still lose. So, the second goal, and I'm going to be talking about this for the next couple of minutes. So if you don't want to hear me rail on Severson, click away now. I don't care. But we are going to discuss the Severson goal. So, third period, the Flyers are on the defensive. The Devils are cycling the puck well around the boards and to each other. It's looking good. But what happens is Severson's on one side, Hamilton's supposed to be on this side with, three forwards. So one on the wing, one screening, or one just in front of the goalie, and then another on the wing. You got two at the point. What should be happening is as the puck is being cycled, the players should be rotating around to gain better vantage on the net, to open themselves up for the puck and to get a shot on net if they see an opening. That is the point of the power play. You outnumber them, therefore you have the advantage. And you want to press the advantage by cycling the puck. Now what usually happens when the puck gets to the point is one of three different things. A defenseman gets the puck at the point, and the most common one, is pass it to their defensive partner. Okay? That's what usually happens. 2, they can take a shot on net, which is fine. A lot of defensemen, some of the hardest shots in the game for slap shots come from defensemen. PK Subban, Shea Weber, these guys had bombs. Erik Karlsson in his heyday had bombs from the point. So you can take a shot. The third option you can do is you have the puck here, is put it back down the boards and try to catch the defense and the goalie off guard so that your forwards, who's now either behind the net or behind the goal line, can try to put it in quickly and press the advantage. What does Severson do? Well, Severson decides that he's going to pass the puck to Hamilton, which is perfectly fine. However, Hamilton pinches towards the net, which makes sense. Hamilton, for those who don't know this, is an offensive defenseman, meaning he's not a defensive defenseman like Brody from the Leafs or Giordano from the Leafs or I'm trying to think of someone else, I would even say time to time, Weber, Shea Weber, although he did have a nice big bomb, as I said before. However, what happens is so you got your two defensemen here. As Hamilton pinches up to join the play, which he commonly does, he does this in almost every single game. As Hamilton moves up, Severson passes the puck to a now empty space. The problem is the empty space has two Flyers there. Severson does not read the play appropriately and therefore causes a turnover. It rushes the other way. The Flyers shoot, score. It's 2-1 Flyers, and that is how the game ends. Now, some people believe that I am being too harsh on Severson. Let me explain my problem. If you are the puck carrier, then you are responsible for anything that happens when you decide to make a play. If I decide to pass, and that pass gets picked up, even if the other guy screws up, which I don't think Hamilton did, but if you think he did, that's fine. You're still responsible for what happens with the puck. If I'm a goalie and I have the puck on my stick and I pass it to my defense guy, but my defenseman isn't looking at me and skates away, and the puck gets picked up by the other team, they shoot, they score because now I'm out of position. Is the goalie at fault? You're damn right he is at fault. Yes, the defender should have been paying attention, but the goalie's responsible. The guy with the puck's responsibility is to ensure that you are making the safest play, the smartest play, with a minimal amount of risk. Severson did not do that. Instead, he chose to make a play after reading it incorrectly, which led to a turnover, which led to a goal. It is entirely appropriate to criticize players when they when they do something wrong or incorrectly. I have not liked Severson probably for the last year. I think that he often is a liability. I think he often creates plays, like the one tonight, where he doesn't do his job in an effective way that actually ends up causing more harm than good to his own team. And tonight is another example of this. If I may draw a parallel or give evidence for what I'm saying, Jake Gardiner used to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in some of their biggest games, most notably playoff games, Jake Gardiner did something wrong or did something incorrectly that caused the Leafs to lose some of their biggest games, including in Game 7s of the playoffs. Jake Gardiner used to be one of those guys where if you had any sort of, common sense or any sort of money on your hands, you would bet that Gardiner would screw something up by doing something dumb or incorrect, because I don't want to assign negative intent here. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. But he ended up being a liability for his team, and he got traded to Carolina. Now, I haven't heard much from him since he's joined Carolina. I've heard some good things. I've heard some bad things. But I don't understand this idea that if a player, even if another guy on his team does something bad or incorrect, which I'm willing to say, as someone who played defense for a very long time, I understand the pressure that people might feel to make the right play and not turn it over. But I do not understand this idea, or where it comes from, that we can't criticize people or criticize players when they do some dumb shit. It's okay to criticize him. I'm not saying call him names. I'm not saying go after him personally. But if I go to work and I do something that hurts the business, I should be called out for it. And I think that's okay. So, I think I've said everything I want to say for this video, so I'll leave it at that. We are on a 4-game losing streak. I don't believe we played badly. Severson is a liability, and I think that we can do better at tightening up our plays so we don't have turnovers which lead to goals. Also, if we could be disciplined a little bit more, that would be great. Because I'm finding that a lot of the goals that have been scored against us have been on penalties that we are doing, which are leading to tying goals or go-ahead goals. And it needs to stop. So, that's going to be it for me. We've got another game. What is it, Saturday? I think Saturday night we have another game, or Saturday afternoon. Could be wrong. I don't have my laptop out and ready on me, unfortunately. So, until next time, Devils fans, let's keep calm and carry on. So, have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Adios.